Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're back again with another exciting show for you. Is that me? Okay, we're back again with another exciting show for you. We have our guest joining us, Latisha. Welcome back to the show. Welcome,
Hello.
co-host Miss Sneed, Tanza, Boom,
Hey,
and Kelly just joined us. Another guest for the evening. All right, today's show we are talking about embracing your ugly. All right, Latisha is going to discuss with us how to embrace your ugly.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody. It's good to see you. And thanks for having me on the show, Ms.Londa. Embrace your ugly simply means to be unique, genuine love, and simply you. Ugly simply means displeasing to look at. So the reason I say embrace your ugly is because a lot of us have dealt with some ugly things. So for myself, I was molested. My father abused my mother, like hung her from a balcony because we was about to go to church, right? He hung her up by her feet because we were about to go to church. I know what it's like not to have, I know what it's like to be bullied, and I know what it's like to be a bully. And so a lot of times we tend to want to separate ourselves from our truth, from the ugly stuff that kind of really, not kind of, makes you who you are. So you push yourself away from being violated. So you become guarded, mean, maybe aggressive. Some people become very promiscuous, and you don't realize it's because you keep trying to keep the thing that brought trauma to your life at bay. You try to keep it away from you. You try to push it away from you. And so you don't understand that in order for you to actually 100% be free, you have to bring it in, acknowledge the pain, acknowledge the hurt, acknowledge the anger, acknowledge that I hate this happened to me. Why did this happen to me? And when you do that, it gives you the power to release it. And it doesn't feel good. It's an ugly situation. I didn't get free until I was in my 30s, probably almost 40. And that's because one of my violators died, and I was crying on the phone, my cousin, because it was her dad. So she's crying because her dad died, and I'm crying because my violator died, and didn't even know that it was even going to affect me. Like that, I was married, had all three of my sons, and yet this man still controlled from a distance. I hadn't seen him since we moved. I don't even know what he looked like. It's just I hadn't seen him, and so then I started thinking, how many other things do we allow to control us? How many other things are our puppet masters? Things that we went through was because of what had happened to me. So I was very guarded. My mouth was flipped. I was very like, and at times I was promiscuous because in my mind, you're not going to control that part of me because I know what it's like to have somebody tell me, I'm going to teach you how to play mom and dad. I'm going to show you the right way to play mom and dad. And so you learn as you get older that if I don't do something with this now, it's going to control everything in my life. And so I just seen an article where a guy, 61 years old, been molesting three generations of family members in the same family because nobody said nothing. Nobody acknowledged that, hey, wait, this not right. And because it's so ugly, it's kind of embarrassing. This person is doing something to me, or they make you feel bad. The reason I didn't say anything about my ugly was because he told me if I said anything, my dad was going to go to jail and it was going to be my dad's fault. And I was like, wait a minute. And so when they found out that he was violating it was a big thing. So when they found out he was violating my cousin, my mom like sat me down, and she was like, Tisha, I don't want you to think we're going to be mad at you. We just need to know. And before she could finish, my dad was like, it's either hell or jail for me, but he got to die. And it scared me because all I heard was jail and it's going to be my fault. And that was another ugly situation, displeasing to look at. So I didn't get free from it until I was in my 30s. And I didn't realize that that ugly thing basically tried to condition the way I thought, the way I spoke, the way I interacted with people because I had to bring it in and it hurt and I cried. I felt like, especially because I love God and I was like, how could you let this happen to me? And I was angry and I hadn't cried about it. I guess I hadn't cried even when I was younger. And it didn't happen until he actually died. And my cousin was on the phone crying because it's her dad. She needed help with this funeral and understanding what to do. and I'm crying because he's never going to explain to me why he did what he did. Why did he choose me? And I would never get an apology. And if you look at situations in your life and you're like, I'm gonna not deal with that because that's ugly. That's displeasing for me to look at. That's displeasing for me to think about. That's the very thing that's controlling you. And you gain control when you bring it in and then you let it go. So that's the whole concept behind embracing your ugly.
Well, I
Thank you
tried
for
to embrace.
sharing.
I tried to embrace mine. Well, I know I got it ugly, but I see God for my ugly because my ugly was bad. And like you said, if you don't, seek it and, because mine's come from childhood as well. So I tell a person in a minute, please don't holler at me because you're going to bring the other side of me out. And I don't like that ugly side of me because she's no good. And when she's out of control, she's just out of control. She don't care, and I don't want that ugly part to come back out of me because it took me like about 15 years to get here where I'm at with this ugly side. But I still got that ugly side, and people be trying to push that ugly side out of me, but I had to tell myself, no, we come too far. We're not finna do this. We're gonna leave that side over there because I'm trying to become something different over here. But that ugly side can take you somewhere that you don't want to be. So I try to control my ugly side because my ugly side is violence. My ugly side is about killing. I'm just being real. I'm telling the truth. We talking about it. So I don't, but would I kill anybody? No. Would I hurt anybody? If you try to hurt me. But will I take your life? No, because that's not my job to do. So I have to stay away from people before that ugly side come out because I know what that ugly side is about, and I ain't finna lose my kids because you want to play with that ugly side. So yes, that's right what you're saying.
Wow. And just to say, just to add to what you're saying, see, most people don't even recognize the ugly side. So the fact that you know she sits there, that's part of the control of it. That's part
Mm-hmm.
of I'm not gonna let you win. She still talk, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's still gonna be stuff that's triggers. But when
Mm-hmm.
you can recognize them, then you have the authority over them. The minute you allow ugly to take over is the minute you lose all control. So I always ask, who's your puppet master? And a lot of times it's the things that control you that people can't see or can see. It just depends. And that's how that controls how you act, how you walk. So you lose control because of a situation in your life, that situation or that person controls you. And until you free yourself, they'll always control you, even from the grave.
Yeah,
So
that's
you're
what.
doing the right thing.
Yeah, that's what, and that part too, because nobody's in control of my life. I'm in control of my own life, and God is control. That's the head of my life. Nobody else is in control. I'm in control of my own destiny. So if I continue to let you keep playing with that anger side, because I'm a Pisces. See, I'm trying to understand these fishes. So now I'm understanding because you got one this way, one this way. So maybe I'm that's the good one, that's the angry one. Hey, I don't know. But I don't like that angry side. And I pray to God every time somebody bring it out of me, I catch myself because I think about my children and my grandbaby. Nobody is worth taking me from them. No. So this was
Exactly.
yeah. So I'm through. That's what I wanted to say.
Kelly, did you have something you wanted to say? Are you talking? Because if you are, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, well, my ugly side, it seems like everybody just want to keep nitpicking and nitpicking. And I'm trying to give people the benefit of the doubt, like quit messing with me because I will come back and I will knock you out about some stuff that happened in 1993 type stuff. Like I've been through too much, and like it'd be your own family that just still keep doing it. So I've distanced myself, and It's like I don't understand. Like, do I got some type of cherries or something that people? I don't know. I've been through too much that my family does not understand. Like, it's like the audacity, but they can't spell it.
Wow.
Like, I've
When you
been
say
damaged since the age
again,
of 13.
say it again. The age of
I said
13.
I've been damaged since the age of 13. I got sent away at the age of 13. But nobody took the time out to understand why I went crazy. I remember what my mother said when we were laying in that bed and asked if we could be a family together. And I looked her dead in her face and she said, I told her that I don't know you. You're, you're, um, you're a stranger to me. I went into that bathroom and I seen her on the back of the toilet with a needle in her arm, and she never came back. She passed away June 13th, and I
Sorry
got
to hear
sent
that.
away because I went crazy. But my family didn't understand. Like, never took the I'm just a bad child. I was just reacting
You're not
to
a
so.
you were not a bad child. You dealt with trauma. And a lot of times in the black household, we don't want to acknowledge the trauma. If I had went in the bathroom and saw my mama with a needle in her arm, most of us are going to have some type of reaction. So it's not that you went crazy, it's just your emotions took over because you didn't know necessarily how to articulate that I'm hurting or that I'm angry or that I don't understand what this is. Because I was the one, I stayed in trouble with my family. My grandmother jumped me and told me God didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. My auntie told me that she been wanting to fight me for a long time, and I was 10. And I was I mean, and we fought, and then I called my daddy, who was extra crazy, and everybody was like, "You shouldn't have did that." But I'm not. I don't understand. I didn't understand it. I remember getting in trouble because they would lie on me, and then my mom going, it's her mom and her sister. Why would they lie, not knowing they locked me out the house and told me not to come back until the street lights came on? And by then, my mom would come in the house and they'd be like, "She just got in the house and we don't know where she's at." So I got in trouble again, not knowing how to articulate. I just went off on everybody. So one, you didn't necessarily go crazy. Your just emotions didn't know how to articulate. And it's not that people keep nitpicking, it's because your walls go up because it feels like they're criticizing your choices, your decisions. And it's like, where were you in the beginning? How are you going to criticize me when I went through all of this and I couldn't find any of you? You don't hold the right to criticize me or even try to articulate or correct me in any situation. So, and that kind of change your verbiage about how you address yourself.
Did Kelly, did anybody ever try to get you like any therapy when you
No,
were
they
with
sent
your
me away.
family?
They sent me away
And when they sent you away, where did they send you to?
to my aunt's house. The same lady that sat there and said that if I wasn't my mother's daughter, I would beat you like a bitch in the street.
Wow.
Um,
That's trauma. And you need to
and
get,
they tell me to get over it. I'm an adult now.
it
How,
doesn't work like that. I just need you
I'm
to
still
know,
yeah, I'm still traumatized. Like, how do I get over that? Like, I know I'm not gonna get the answers, or I'm not gonna get any confirmation from them because they're just gonna tell me to get over it. But
Have you
I'm no
yourself
longer.
in your I was just gonna ask, have you yourself in your adult life tried to seek any therapy?
Yes, I have, and that went left like my life, and it was basically the person I was seeking counseling with. That man knew one of my friends, and I never knew that. And she was basically saying a bunch of stuff like out of nowhere that only he would know. So I just kind of shut down. Like, once again, I have to build the block up because I can't trust nobody.
I need you to
Wow.
change your verbiage, right? It's not that you can't trust anybody, it's just that you're so fragile that everybody don't have the tools that you need. And I need you to understand this. They were wrong. Whoever you were going to as a counselor was wrong. Whatever your family said, that was wrong. And your aunts and stuff are talking like that because I promise you that's how they were spoken to. I promise
Hmm.
you, whatever you went through with your mother, they went through because it's generational. And so trying to articulate through the hurt and the stuff that I hear you saying, one is I'm going to text you later, a counselor that I know, um,
Please
and
do.
she's the HIPAA and all that kind of stuff. So she don't even play. I'm gonna send you her information. She don't charge a whole lot, but you need to talk to somebody where if you want to scream, you can scream. If you want to yell, you can yell. And no, you can't get over it. You know why? Because no matter how old you are, wherever the trauma took place is literally where you still sit. So no matter what people say, oh, she's 28, or you see grown men or grown women, they be like, why they act like that? He acting like a child, because that's where he's at mentally. I don't care what his age say. I don't care what year it says. If the trauma took place when you were 6, that's where you're still sitting. So I need you to know that that's okay. All that stuff your aunt say, honey, we probably could swap stores because my aunties them was a mess. I love them now, but I had to get to a place where I understood me, and I wasn't gonna let you make me feel bad because of me. So I need you to know because it's your verbiage that I keep hearing, and I don't want you to keep kind of being negative about who you are. You made it, baby. You are not per se a victim, but you are victorious. You walk in the authority. Look how far you've gotten in spite of. Do you know how many people went to the crazy house and didn't get out, or lost their mind and didn't get out, or decided to take other avenues? I tried to take other avenues because I was tired. I didn't want to be that person anymore. But look at me now, on my own business, a mother. I never would have thought that when I was 12, when I was 11, when I was 10. I saw my dad try to kill my mom, but we made it. So every time you look in the mirror, Kelly, you have to be like, whew, I made it. I don't care if you have to say it every day, all day. Every time you walk through, every time you wake up, every time
Mhm.
you breathe, every time you look at yourself, you need to honestly be like, I made it. And it don't feel like it. It's gonna hurt. And it does hurt, but you're gonna get around. And I'm thinking of like therapists, and I'm thinking of different people that I know that can help you in a sense that you are not by yourself, honey. I've been there. I know what it's like. I could tell you some crazy stuff my family told me. So, but I made it. I know what it's like to have a grown man lay on top of me and tell me that he gonna teach me how to do stuff. And he was married to my auntie. I can tell you how my family, literally my cousins, we were all violated almost by the same set of people. To later find out that my aunt went through the same thing and felt like nobody was gonna help her. My first introduction to violation was by my grandmother's first husband, which wasn't my grandfather. Come to find out, he did it to my aunt. My aunt was in her like 3 years ago and almost lost her mind because it finally came up, it came out. But you made it. You made it. I don't care what it looked like. You made it. I don't care what they say. You made it. I don't care how you feel. You're victorious. You're victorious because you're right here, right now, today, talking to us about it, which that's part of the release. Like the word says, you're overcome by the words of your testimony. And every time you tell somebody, you get a little bit of strength. And every time you tell somebody else, you get a little bit of strength and you get a little bit of wisdom and you get a little bit of knowledge about who you are as an individual. So we're gonna change your verbiage just a little bit. And it's okay to cry, baby. Cry, let them tears out. Let the tears out. Let them out. Ain't nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it at all. You so full. Like anybody could sit down and probably you'll just want to talk because you're so full. And it's okay to be angry and it's okay to be hurt. And don't let nobody tell you you shouldn't be angry. That's a lie. The Bible say there's a time and a season for everything. There's a time to love and a time to hate. There's a time for peace and a time for war. And you have every right to feel how you feel. And nobody can tell you nothing different because the trauma is wherever it took place. and it take time. It don't happen overnight. You hear me? Oh, I
Mm-hmm.
wish I could hug you. Like my heart about to break. I wish I could hug you.
Yeah,
Like
let me
Right.
tell you, like she
Yeah.
said, you're not by yourself because listen, I'm 45 years old and I'm still trying to get there. I done been
mhm,
my situation is worse than yours. You feel me? And I was a young girl and I'm still trying to understand why did my family do me like this. I've been raising myself ever since I was 12 years old. The streets raised me. You know what I'm saying? I've been raped, all kinds of stuff out there. The family, all they want to do is beat on you, downgrade you, you know, and tell you ain't gonna be worth nothing. But then as you get older and you find help, you seek help. Because I got tired because it was driving me crazy. So I had to go seek me some help. And like I said, it took me about 18 years to get where I am right now today. I used to be a you. So what she's saying to you is real. And what I'm saying to you too is let it go, get it off your chest, release yourself because the more you hold it in, the more you're going to tear down yourself. Let it go, you know, build your self-esteem. I used to always tell myself I'm ugly. They
Right.
want to get dressed. They want to do my hair. They want to put
No.
on clothes because of the depression. But you is love. You're beautiful. You know,
Correct.
you got babies. I hear your babies. They love you.
Right.
You
Hold
know.
on. I'm finna do some real life stuff. You better get away from my door before I knock you out. What did I tell you? No, you cannot go outside.
So yeah, you're not alone out here, baby. You pray about it. See, that's what I did. I see God. You know, I asked Him to help me get through this because my life was living hell at the age of 12. And I'm 45 now, and I'm just not getting there. And I thank God for helping me get there. So you're a survivor. I'm a survivor. We all survivors because I'm telling you, we all probably got stories to tell you. You're not alone. Trust me. And
It
ain't
sure
nobody
does
that's
feel like
ain't
it.
no African American out here that can't tell you a story. I'm gonna tell you that part.
It does not feel good to
That's true.
having a whole family like when you're in a shelter and your son is laying dead next to you.
I've
Like
been
that
in the
stuff does not
shelter.
feel good.
I've been in the shelter. I slept in the car. I slept on the streets, and
They
I got
tell
a
you to get
daughter.
over it. You should have never had that child anyways out of wedlock.
No, yeah, I hear that too. Why you having all these kids out of wedlock? You need a husband. Can't nobody tell you that because I guarantee the ones that's telling
Yep.
you that didn't wait till they got married and had their kids. I bet you that.
Exactly. And those be the main ones. So I have a few comments. I have one from Lena. You are a survivor and you can heal. Keep doing the work until your healing manifests. Then I have another one from Mommy and Peanut Time. Okay, you can make it through and help others to make it. We have to stop sweeping abuse under the rug, stop covering it up, and speak up. And that is true.
Did we lose her? Oh, there she is. Okay.
it's,
I'm
Kelly,
still
you
here.
still with us?
Still
yeah,
with us?
I'm
Okay.
just smoking a cigarette.
Okay.
Okay. So I
I
wanted
want,
to ask you, Kelly, advice that Latisha just gave you, because I know the advice she just gave you is totally different from the advice that I've heard other people giving you. Did that make you feel a little bit more better? Did it sound a little, a little more right than the advice that you've been given in the past?
It gave me comfort.
Did it give you a little more confidence as well?
Yeah, because she said something about the thoughts that like being tired and stuff, and that's how I feel at the moment. I just want everything to get better. It's like I can't turn a chapter of my life without my pages being ripped. Like I'm the blame of everything. Like I'm just from what my family says, I'm just a f up. But I know that I'm not, and I know they messed
Right.
up in their life. But why do this to
Mm-hmm.
me? Like
because
okay.
Listen, Cat, my family's so messed up. I went to my own granny's repast. When my granny passed away, them people did not acknowledge me them people would not let me do my granny's participate in my granny's balloon release. And then not only that, at the um repast, whew, them people them people fed everybody but me, and these is my aunties, and this is my family, and I'm here for my grandma. They didn't let me do nothing. It's like I feel you. You got me. I feel you, and it's gonna get better
How
for
old was
you.
you, Miss Neat?
I was
How old was you, Miss Neat?
okay. My granny. Okay, I'm 45. My granny passed when I was like in my 30s. Yeah,
And they really did that though? Like you couldn't eat?
yeah.
Like serious? It was
I
that serious? It was that
Yeah,
deep?
I told my auntie, I said, well, I'm hungry because I was grieving about my grandma, and I said, well, I'm hungry, y'all. Can I get something to eat? Oh no, you ain't getting nothing to eat. We packing up the food. We finna go. I said, but y'all sitting in here and fed everybody in here, even these people off the street, and you telling me I can't get a plate to eat? Yeah, I couldn't get a plate to eat. I couldn't participate in nothing for my granny. And then they called me the day that my granny passed away. But I was able to make it there to tell my granny that I forgive her for everything she did to me. And a tear came out of her eye and she went away. So I thank God for letting me get there to tell her that, but I'm going to shut up because I'm getting somewhere else now, y'all. But yeah, you ain't alone.
It's
Trust
just
me.
like a lot of brokenness. And Kelly, what I need you to understand is, and even Miss Need, I can't hardly see it, is that listen, you don't have to prove nothing to people. You can separate yourself from whoever keeps hurting you. What you have to look at it is like this. If I know glass is on the ground, I'm not going to go over there and step on the glass. I can't change what my family does, what people say,
Mhm,
what strangers say. The only thing I can change is me. So when I
mhm,
walk in a room, I command the authority because I know what it's like to walk in the room with my head down, embarrassed for no reason. I know what it's like when I go to hang out with family members and I'm the target because I'm the mean one, right?
mhm,
So I'm the bad one. I'm the evil seed. I know what it's like to hear a family member tell me that my mama was stupid for getting pregnant. Me and my mother are only 14 years apart. My mother had me when she was 14 years old. And so I know what all those wounds feel like. And what's happening is they just keep taking the scabs off and you keep bleeding because
mhm.
you're not able to heal. And it's just like people who break a limb. If you don't heal properly, you're gonna always walk with the limb. You're gonna always walk wherever that issue is at. And when people touch it, it still bothers you. It's still
Mhm.
tender because you have to acknowledge they can't heal you. The only person that can heal you is the Father and yourself. It's a
Yeah,
mind,
that's what I'm trying to tell Cal. Can't nobody. She got to do this herself.
and it's
That
not
And
hurts,
and
but it's
Miss Need and Tez, y'all remember the topic we did about the black sheep?
yeah,
Y'all remember when we did that topic?
yeah,
And
Absolutely.
remember what the outcome was? That being the black sheep is not always a bad thing. It's actually a good thing because it makes you different and unique in
yeah,
I
your
was
own way. So it's not always a bad thing.
yeah.
right.
I was gonna add to both Miss Sneed and Callie because I definitely can relate to a lot. But Callie, you said something that I don't want to overlook, which is so in a life full of trauma. I thought I heard you say that you had lost a baby.
and
Is
he
that,
was
is
laying
that what I
beside
heard?
her.
I
Laying
had
beside,
Yeah.
twins my first pregnancy.
right. And so I just want to let me start by saying, first of all, so my ugly is very similar to a lot of people, and even to some of what you, Miss Sneed, what probably us all have gone through. But one of the ways that my ugly manifests itself is through elusiveness and evasiveness. So I am a person who will step away, and you may not see me, and then when I come back, then I'm better because I take time away for myself so that I can heal properly. Like um, you were just mentioning about, sometimes that bleeding and those scars, they just get re-ripped whenever you find yourself around people,
Mhm.
and especially people that have something to do with the trauma from the beginning, right? So for you as a young person, I really want to encourage you, if I can in any way, to say to you, listen, I want you to stop. I want you to put aside all thoughts of other people, all the things that they did, all of that, and really take time in your days to focus on you. Open yourself up, like literally open yourself up to healing for yourself, not forgiveness for other people, not trying to forget, but just open up a space for you to look at you and start loving you. Because that, and I mean, it may just be, okay, today I like my hair, or today I like my nails. It's going to start so little and it's going to seem like it's ineffective. But in that space, don't allow any time in your headspace for any other negative thoughts. Just focus on what's great about Kelly, and that's it. Forget about anything, anybody else, and grow on that, because that's how you're going to build strength, and you'll be able to eventually, because these things take a lot of time, but eventually you're going to be able to become a different person. And in the change in the type of person that you become, you're going to find out that you have more abilities to heal over other trauma. Because who Kelly is right now is still like it's already been mentioned, you're still stuck at a 13, that age range where things went so wrong, and we want to try to slowly try to get you out of that space and get you into a new space, because baby, life gets better. It doesn't go away. Things don't, you can't undo anything that's already been done. But I am telling you from a life of experience that if you work on you, all that stuff eventually becomes smaller and smaller, and it matters less. And your life, because that's the only thing that matters right now, is the life that you set up for you, your children, and your future. You've got to take some time for you. You've got to, you haven't even taken the time to grieve the loss of your baby. I can't even imagine what that's like, because there's so many other things in there. It's going to take a lot, and you have got to take the time out to really focus on you. I want you to know that you can do it. And I'm hoping, in this time next year, that it'll be a little bit better, and you'll be, you know, your mindset will be a little bit different. But don't worry about crying. Don't worry about, all of those other things, because that stuff is natural. And like, you can look at Miss Sneed, even myself, I spent all week crying over some stuff that I thought I was over. But, that's how life is sometimes. But it was only a week, as opposed to being the last 15 years. And that's a huge, huge, huge difference in life. So I just want you to know that it does get better. It's not over. The trauma that you've experienced, it's going to get easier to deal with. You just keep going, and you just keep trying, and you just don't give up. Don't give up on you. Forget about the other people. Don't you dare give up on you. Don't do that. I just want you to promise that you won't do that. I know, but I'm so like,
I'm trying not to give up, but I got with the wrong person and had kids with this person. This man has taken my kids from me and had put them in DFS custody, because he wants to fix me. I have no family support. I have nobody. I don't know how. It's a bunch of stuff that was done behind my back, and I don't know what else to do.
but don't think that you have nobody, because you have you, and you have the powers that be. Don't underestimate your power. Don't underestimate the power that you have to change the circumstances in your life, because you really do have it. And there is support out there.
That help is coming.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the thing
And I
is,
think that
You're
meant for
getting
you to
help.
come on this show tonight.
Yeah, that's help. The help is coming. Like it's a boat. Like let's say you're out in the ocean and you're about to drown. And we all came in the boat and we don't know what you need, but we got everything that can help you get out this water. And we're gonna throw you whatever we gotta throw you, and we're gonna stand there until we know we can either pull you in and pull you out. Because somebody might be behind you pushing you, somebody might be in front of you pulling you. But you gotta understand that I get it. You're not even strong enough to fight no more. You really want to lay down and just be there. But the inside of you, that thing that done got you through every horrible year you've ever had, that
That
thing,
is
she's
strength.
like, I can't die. I don't know what I'm gonna get my help from, but I can't die. And that thing keeps saying, baby, we gonna make it. And even though your flesh is saying we ain't, and I want to die and I can't do this no more. That will inside of you is like, nah, sis, come on, just go on the show tonight. Ms. Londa gonna have this crazy show. They gonna be talking about some stuff, but I want you to go on the show so now they can see. There's nothing wrong with saying I need help. And you are drowning. And we're telling you, we got you. And you ain't just got females got you, you got boom, he got you. We got you. We may
Yeah,
not know
and
exactly how to get to you, but we got you.
you're
And
the
that's what
only one on the app that has my real phone number. You can ring my phone off the hook like you been, continue to do so, and I'm here to answer. I just don't answer at 6 in the morning though. Sorry, but yeah,
Yeah, and you
you can
also have
you
someone here who have so many similar circumstances that has done it and has survived it. Miss Sneed has done it, and she's made it through a lot of what you're going through now. And so that's a connection. That's valuable. Don't give up. Don't give up on you. You are stronger than you think you are.
and you could call me like, listen,
Yes.
this is what I do. This is what I do. Trauma is what I do, baby. And we would get through, we would get the tools. You're gonna learn how to walk, you're gonna learn how to talk. Because the thing is, where you're trying to get it, where you're going to get in your life, that's who you are, that free you. That one that has the authority to put anything in subjection. That right there, that willpower, that queen, that warrior that's inside of you. Do you understand? Somebody else would have been gave up. Your baby laying beside you, not living. No, they would have been gave up. I that almost made me cry because I remember when my brother passed away. If I tell you what my daddy did, but God, that's all I gotta say is but God, and my mama made it. My mother made it when the man beat her down to nothing, and she still made it. And I'm a product of her making it. Right now, you're in survivor's mode. And when you're in survivor's mode, you don't see the beauty in it because you're just trying to survive. And we want to get you out of survivor's mode into life, into living, into embracing those things that make you happy because your story is great. Your story, that's the thing. Like sometimes people hate on you because they see where you're going and you
yeah.
keep thinking it's where you're at. It's where you're going. Listen, I go in shelters, benevolent centers, all type of places. I'm telling you, you're not by yourself. If
I
I
like
got my
you saying
800 number, I'll give you my cell phone number if I have to. I'll give you my business, whatever you need from me, I will give
like
it to
you
you.
saying that her story is great because I remember someone telling me once, forget your story up until now. Forget about it. Write the ending.
yeah.
Start backwards. Like write your ending. What's your ending of your
Yep.
story gonna be? Now backtrack and change the outcome. That's really, really good and very powerful. I like that. I like that.
You all right?
Yeah.
Well, she got her
Hey,
ugly
I'm a
You're
hood
side.
nigga, okay?
I want to jump in real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead, boom.
all right.
All
Okay,
right.
boo.
So yeah, we all been through some traumatizing situations in our life. I hear y'all side, and it's a lot of deep stuff that y'all been through. I can tell from what y'all saying. It gets deeper. I know it's not everything. So for y'all to just give us the little bit that y'all gave us, it's like definitely deep. Nobody can walk in nobody's shoes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna say one thing bigger than the other. Uh, what I will say though is that how is it? It's like the wounds heal, but the scars stay. You know what I'm saying? But I think that when you look at the scar, as long as it's defeated, it's, you know what I'm saying. As long as it has healed, I mean, you had the strength to heal yourself. I think that it should be more of an accomplishment than thought of a problem. Like, oh, I cut myself at this job and this big old scar on my arm now, but I didn't bleed to death, thank God. Like, you know what I'm saying? That
Right.
type of healing, like you're healed now. So when you look at the scar, you can say, I'm strong. I'm able to heal myself instead of saying, oh, I really cut myself at this job. I don't want to go work at this job no more. I hope y'all get the, what I'm trying to say here.
Yeah.
Um, Miss Callie, Miss Sneed, y'all both, and you, Miss Anderson, because you started speaking early, with your family and what you've been through, man. I think I think it becomes dope because I've had a lot. I'm 35, man. I had a lot of traumatizing problems in my life as well, So I think what the feeling becomes when you accomplish your own personal goals, and then everybody has no choice but to kiss your ass. And what I mean, and what I mean is,
Say it, boom, say it. Because I'm starting to believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you feel me? Because what
Mm-hmm.
ends up happening is, okay, you didn't believe I can get a college degree, but not only did I get a college degree, I own a business now. Now I'm not gonna be rude and tell you can't come work for me in my business, but I'm gonna tell you you're not coming to work for me in my business because we family. You coming to work just like everybody else coming to work. Now, if you was holding me up and uplifting me on my journey, then you know what I'm saying, yeah, I'd have got you in. But at this point, no, you just like everybody else, and that's where the asking should come in at because a lot of times you can't. I'm not gonna say you can't because we can do what we want. I'm gonna say I don't think that we should. Um, like you said, we those traumatizing experiences stick. Those traumatizing experiences stick with us if it happened when we was 8 or when we were 10 or whatever, however old we are. But a lot of times we take it out on other people and we take it out on ourselves. Like we could have did this or we could have did that instead of just saying, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and do something else totally different than what that is that did affect me. Because a lot of time we looking for, I don't want to say not appreciate, confirmation. We're looking for confirmation from people who haven't been giving us confirmation in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of backwards if you ask me. So if when my aunt or when my dad or whoever was talking crazy to me, my job is not to continue talking to them. I don't need your confirmation anymore because you wasn't helping me anyways. If you're trying to bring me down, then I don't even want your confirmation. There's no point in me trying to show you a better me because you could care less about me anyways. So I think that you got to stop beating on yourself, Miss Callie, and more or less just be like, you know what, I'm gonna get everybody away from me who've been trying to bring me down anyways. Because there's gonna be some people out here who gonna sit back and be on the same page as you, who gonna have the same damn near thoughts as you. Y'all damn near gonna be twins. And y'all gonna be able to rock out for the rest of life. Because we only need one person to go to the club with. We only need one person to go on the cruise with. You know what I'm saying? So you find you one person that's on the same page as you, everybody else will start being invisible, man. You won't even care about that. So don't beat yourself up, Miss Callie. And I just want to throw that in there, man. Y'all go ahead.
I agree with you, Boom, because
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
scars,
Thank you.
scars, first of all, are badges of honor. That's how you got to look at it. Like this scar, like you said, that means I'm a survivor. I didn't survive this. But the other big deal, you just hit on what I was trying to say earlier, is you have got to separate yourself from those people that you don't need their approval in the first place. Because those are not the people. Those are not the
Yeah.
people. Approve
It's control,
yourself.
though. It's
Yeah, it is
control.
because it's family, and
The
that's
child in her is still seeking, like the child in you still seeks the approval. Like who wouldn't want their mom or their dad to be proud of them? So the child in you is the one that keeps going and thinking
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be different this time. They're not gonna do the same thing this time. The adult in you is like, why you keep going back? But the child in you is like, I keep going back because that's my mama or that's my daddy. See, I know what it's like to have my dad call me and tell me he gonna kill himself. He gonna kill me and himself. But that was still my daddy. Like no matter how confused I was, like why would you tell me this? That's still my dad. Even though he hung my mother from a balcony, even though he beat my mother, even though he did all these things, that was still my dad. And so the child in me was like, I really need him to just love me for me. Until I understood he couldn't. He gave me the best he had. because that is what he knew. That's cycles. That's generational cycles. So it's like the scar thing that you two were talking about. Like I had a scar on my knee. I skinned my knee all the way to the white meat when I was a child. But now when I look at the scar, it's like it's so small. It's like if I look past it. But when I first
And you
got
see.
it, I was ready to die. You know, it's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
my God. I still remember
Mm-hmm.
that plain as day. Might still have some trauma from it. I remember my grandma pouring alcohol on it. And I just screamed through the house. Now you can barely see it. Like I have to say it was right here. But it actually covered my whole knee. So everything both you and Boom said is right. But the child is the one that keeps wherever the trauma took place, that's who keeps returning because they're expecting a different result this
Yeah.
time.
And
Well, Miss Anderson,
oh, I'm
you Miss Anderson, you just said something that again that you just said something that's very very traumatizing. Like I wouldn't even know how to more or less speak. I would really have to be a shoulder. You know what I'm saying in that situation. I wouldn't know how to, you know, I would have to show. I think it's empathy over sympathy in that situation.
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't really sympathize with you because I've never been with through it, but I could empathize with you as far as like I guess how to help you like
Right.
think different. But man, that's pretty. I don't know how. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
deep. It's a lot, and
It's a lot. It's
it's
a
a
lot.
lot. I know that I've told y'all a couple of experiences, but I had an experience probably now I'm 49 years old. So I ain't nobody's baby. I don't live
Y'all
in,
be up here looking young too, might I add. I
well,
just want
thank
to
you.
throw that in
But
there.
I'm nobody's baby. I live enough long enough to know better, and you would think that after a certain age you would be over a couple of things, but you're not. You know, that's just how life goes. But
Right.
I've healed through a lot of stuff. But I remember just last year being in a situation, and like I was talking to someone very close to me and was telling them how beat up I was feeling, like y'all mentioned, and we mentioned before, Miss Londa, about being the black sheep in the family,
Mhm.
and going into these situations, and then all of a sudden you're back, like you said, Miss Anderson, back to being 2 or 13 or whatever it is. And they said to me, well, at what point did you forget that you were 40 something and you had 2 legs in a car that you could drive away in? And I was like,
Wow,
wait a minute.
that was deep.
It
Right.
never even occurred to me, because in that mindset, you sit there and you take it and you take it because you think that's what you have to do. But when you take some time to really heal yourself, you start to realize, wait a minute, I got 2 legs. I don't have to be here. I don't have to sit here and take this. I don't have to listen to this, or I don't have to be a part of this. And I could get myself up, like you were saying, Miss Sneed. Y'all don't want to feed me? I'm grown. I'll go get my food somewhere else. And I'm gonna leave
Mhm.
you people to do whatever you people do. It's like it's challenging when you're facing it. And that's why preparation before you ever find yourself in a situation, preparing yourself mentally, spiritually, getting your strength together, getting your heart, mind, and soul together in order to face these things is so important, because I want people to be able to remember how much power they actually have when they go into these situations and they're dealing with trauma. So I'm gonna take my mic off. I'm done with that now.
I'm
Well, I just
gonna
want to
read a
break my
few
Hey, y'all.
right
comments.
quick.
No.
Okay, let me. I'll let y'all two have it. Let me just get to these comments. They've been here for a little minute. Okay. Shout out to Rhonda. She says, Miss Kelly, I got you. I will keep you in my prayers. Um,
Thank you.
Miss
Okay.
Okisha,
Okisha.
scars remind you of the warrior you are. Okay. Oh, okay. That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it for the.
The top.
Okay. I don't know which one of y'all was gonna go first. Boom or
No
Miss
wait,
Sneed.
boo. But look, yo, anger side is letting all this anger go. Your good side is to focus on you and your babies and look at that anger side and tell yourself, yeah, they try to bring me down, but I'm going to beat this cycle. So that's my encouragement words from me to you. Look at that angry side, and then you look at that beautiful side, and the beautiful side is your babies. Because if you continue to keep tearing yourself down, that ugly side gonna take you away from them babies, and you ain't trying to go nowhere for them babies because you don't want them babies to go through nothing that you went through. So you have to be there for them babies. And I love you.
Okay.
I
I'm
Well, no,
agree
through.
you
with
pretty
that.
much
And
just
I'm
said
going to
without.
say, I hope that all of those emotions, the anger, the hurt, all of that, that we're all able to use that as fuel for our healing, as opposed to fuel for our destruction. So that's my hope and my prayer for you and for all of us, that we can take all of these bad experiences that we've had and use that as fuel to do better and to move forward and to become better and to help avoid passing this kind of thing on to the next generation. That's my hope.
And I want to say this, and I'm sorry, Boom, but
No, you
the
good.
Spirit told me to say it. Don't be ashamed to tell your story. You know, I was ashamed to tell my story too when I became a host on here because I was scared and ashamed of what people might think of me or how they might look at me. Now, baby, but I don't care. I'm trying to write a book anyway, so I'm gonna tell my story because your story might help the next person. So don't ever think that you're no. Tell your story. I'm through,
You're
Boom.
not the only one going through it. We've all been through it. Then I just want
Mhm.
to say too, this is one thing that keep stressing to people. Stop being so quick to judge people and learn to understand them. Because since I've known Kelly, I met Kelly on the app. Kelly comes in the rooms and she's telling her story, but instead of people trying to understand and know where she's coming from, that it's like a cry for help, they rather question it. They rather judge it. She also cracks a lot of jokes, random jokes. People don't take the time out to understand she's masking her pain. And this is what a lot of people do. So this is why we shouldn't be so quick to judge and need to learn to understand people.
And everybody's not equipped to give you what you need. And
Mhm.
the thing is, a lot of times,
Exactly.
I, I grew up in the church. So, you know how preachers and prophets will come to your church and they prophesy. What they've done is they've opened you up. So it's like a surgery. But if nobody closes you back up so you can heal properly, you're just taking any and everything that you can get. And so you're seeking those that are not equipped. Like when you go to the ER and get help, it's a general surgeon there. But if you need something done that's heart related, you have to go to a specialist. So Kelly, you need a specialist. Everybody is not equipped to give you what you need. Everybody does not have the authority to give you what you need.
Mhm.
You have to understand that you're worth it. And so much that the Father says, look, everybody can't roll up on Callie. We're not gonna have that. And so when the right one comes along, you will heal properly. You will do what needs to be done, but just take the first step. This right here, us talking, look at this as your like pre-op, all the preparation you're going to get done before you actually have the surgery. And then after you have the surgery, you're still gonna have to have the post-op because it's still gonna be painful at times. It's still gonna hurt at times. But baby, when you heal, I know what it's like to heal. I know what it's like to be broken, and I know what it's like to heal. And ain't nothing like the freedom. So the beautiful lady that you see,
Amen.
the woman that you see, the mother with the authority, the one that you know there. That's why you keep making it. In spite of what they say, you keep making it. In spite of what they do, you're still making it because you are victorious. And that's what they're afraid of. If I can keep you down as a victim, I don't have to watch you stand victoriously. But baby, you already standing. You just have to believe you are already standing.
Thank you.
Yes, you are. You all
Like
right
I'm just
now?
like my heart is just like kind of broken because it's not broken, but it's like I've been where she's at. And
Yeah.
it's like I understand when you so angry, you can't
Mhm.
verbalize it. Like I used to tell people, you better hope I cry. Because if I don't cry, you
I'ma
giving me
hurt you.
too much. I just let me cry,
Yeah.
let me get it out. Let me because if I
Well,
don't, you ain't gonna like it. and they
I
know
tell
she
them
don't
the
get no
same thing.
relief.
I tell them, I say, now if I cry,
You
let
good.
it be. But if I don't, okay, I feel for you. So, yep, I do the same
So,
thing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
so pride.
And then
Let
because
me
you
tell
want people to understand, and it's like they don't want to
right.
understand, and then they always find some reason to make you be the problem.
When you ain't the problem and they the problem.
Yeah.
But when
But I'm
Kelly,
going to exit out. My kids in here like doing some extra stuff. But thank you guys.
Okay.
I wish you the best. Please reach out, Kelly.
Thank you for
Please.
joining and sharing your
Yes.
story.
Please reach
Nice
out.
Well,
meeting you too. Be blessed.
likewise.
Yes, but I was gonna say,
Mhm.
Miss Londa, when I saw her on the camera, I I could tell that she was a young girl. But one of the things that I like to look at people, like you were saying, I like to look past what I'm seeing, and I could see like 10 years later this executive person standing in front of us running a show of her own. So, and I think that that's a lot of times what we all need to, how we all need to approach our lives and our backgrounds
Hmm.
and stuff. Like I said earlier, write the end of the story and see what that ending looks like in your mind's eye, and then work backwards from there. Sometimes that's like the best. I know that it's been helpful for me to do things that way. So when I saw that young girl on here, I was like, oh, she about to be a billionaire. I could tell this is a young girl. She's beautiful. She's articulate. She's gonna be like. I didn't know what her story was, but I could see the ending so easily, and for everybody on
Yeah.
here. So I'm so grateful to you,
Yeah.
because the things that you said tonight was almost for Tanza. I'm telling you, it's right on point with
Me
where
too.
I'm going to. And
Look,
I
I wanted to say, can you inbox me your number so I can
I
call you and
will.
talk?
I will. I will. I'll give it to Miss Landa.
See,
I
this is why I love doing this show. This is why I love doing this show.
yeah, because people never
All right.
know. And it was a really bad week. So this was right on point. I appreciate it.
And but
Yes.
look,
So I
to
have
end,
one last
go
comment.
ahead.
Oh,
Go ahead.
You
I'm
got
sorry.
you want me to read the comment or okay. Okay,
No,
so my prayer is that we all heal, because if we don't, we won't be good for ourselves and our children.
yes.
hmm
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Love
Okay,
Right.
it.
Miss Neat.
Nah, I'm gonna keep it to myself because it's deep. That's a whole nother topic. But it ain't. But between us, and I don't care who here. I tried to kill myself this morning. I took all my high blood pressure pills because I was tired. I got to think about them family, my daughter, what these people doing to me. I just got tired, y'all. Then when I put all them pills in my mouth, I came to my sense. I said, you know what? My kids need me. Let me get these damn pills out of my mouth. So, yeah. So
Did
this
you
was a good topic for me.
Um,
I
Gotta
feel better though.
look beyond your now. Like
I'm
the thing about
glad you didn't do it.
you know how to look beyond your now. Like what
Hmm.
you have to think is the old you is trying to take you out, and
Yeah.
the new you is so powerful. So I've been
Hmm.
there. I know what it's like to drive down the road, close my eyes, and hope that something hit me. And when I open my eyes, no more cars, just nothing on the road, nothing. I know what that's like. But
Yeah.
also, if I had done that, I wouldn't be a wife. I wouldn't be a mother. I wouldn't have businesses that I have went to Belize. And so like I say this all the time. Many of us always talk about being motivated, but you have a drive inside of you. So you can't let your now kill that purpose, that
There
destiny.
you
That's
go.
dysfunctional
There
behavior. When
you
you're
go. Yeah.
dysfunctional, it's abnormal. But you have a purpose that's functional. And the closer you get to your purpose, sometimes all hell break loose. And it's like, just stop, just quit. And if it get too loud in
Yeah,
your ear,
girl. Cause I'm like, why am I always quitting? I get so far, then I'm like, okay, whatever. Then here come this other side, that angry side. Not me. So, but I'm all right. I talked to God, told him to help me with this situation. I spit all them pills out my mouth. I took my regular dose though, and I just talked to God because life is precious, and I can't let nobody get me like that, family or not. And I didn't want to say that while she was on here, but
Right.
I'm saying it to y'all. But yeah, it's deep. So she's not alone out here. Like I said, I'm 45 years old and I'm still trying to figure it out. But I'm
Right.
getting there. So
All
Miss
right.
don't
Need,
y'all
So this
worry
is for
about
you,
me.
Miss Sneed. This is for you, Miss Sneed. No, don't hurt yourself. I'm glad you didn't. Your kids and grandkids need you. You gotta stay. That was from
Yeah.
Stacy.
Thank you,
yeah.
Stacy.
And for you too, like reach out whenever you're feeling that overwhelmed. You've got to reach out. You got to know that people care about you. I care about you. I don't want, I mean,
And
I
you gotta
have my
know you
bad
need
moments,
you
but I
too.
don't want anybody to be feeling like that.
Yeah,
Like you
And
got
you
to take
need you.
yourself out.
You
Mhm.
Reach out.
need
yeah,
Miss Need. Like
Huh?
Yeah.
you need you. Like I know we always trying to stay alive or do stuff because the kids and the family, but at the end of the day, you need you. Like you
Mhm.
gotta know the value is in you enough because these some of these people, same people turn their back on you and you just there by yourself. But when you get to that place, and again, a lot of times it's the noise that we hear that
Mhm.
blocks out the stuff that we need to focus on. But you need you. Like the authority that you possess in these conversations, the words that you have, the testimonies that you have the ability to give. So when you do that, you set others free. See,
Yes.
words have life, we give them power. So every time you speak, every time you do every time you open your mouth and say, I was there where you was at, baby, that's another seed to somebody else's life that you just planted. Or sometimes somebody already got the seed, but what you say is the water that they need because the Father's going to give the increase. So your assignment can't be done. That's not how your story ends. So every
That's
time that thing gets so loud, till you can't hear nothing else, remember your purpose is like right there. Your purpose is like saying, don't worry about it, baby. Come on. Because you're getting so close to me that the noise, the dysfunctional behavior begins to
Yeah.
talk so loud that it don't want you to know that somebody's waiting on your story. Somebody's waiting on Miss Need. Miss Need got to sow some seed in some people. It's good ground. One plant, one water, and the Father gives the increase. Whatever is inside of you, He needs. And the only
Mhm.
way He gonna get it done is if Miss Need got to be here. So Miss Need got to say, you know what? The authority that I possess, what I speak, that shall I have. So whatever comes in your way that does not have the authority to be there, you possess the authority to say, back up. When I walk in the room, I command the room. I don't care if everybody in the room sad. I'm not going to be sad. Now, we're going to crack some jokes and laugh or do whatever we got to do. And so pick your head up and let your tears, you know why you crying? Because you washing away all that confusion that got you earlier today. You washing away all that doubt that got you earlier today, all that dysfunction. And so it washes away the toxic stuff. And then that little plant that's inside of you, that tree, keep budding up and it's shade. Your tree is shade for somebody who needs it. Your words are comfort for somebody who needs it. And to be able to do what you do, like I was listening to you, like I'm like, dang, like, man, because it's power in your words. It's power in your tongue, Miss Need. Like
Thank
that
you.
no, no man, we not having that. You
so,
got to make me go to
yeah,
church. I'm about to hit you up like my grandma. Like, wait a minute,
yeah.
I
you
need you to
sound
do
You
you
it.
sound
almost
like
took
a
me there.
minister.
Over.
Yeah, you
It's
sound like a minister.
over. I don't know how you think that you're going to be the next Miss Wendy Williams or whatever. Like we got a
Yeah,
whole the story, the
Yeah.
end of the chapter been written, and you can't unwrite that. So no, 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 no.
Yeah.
You must reach out. You must
Oh
pray.
yeah, that's how I know I gotta start. I'm here for a reason.
Yes,
I know.
and a purpose. And and you're touching
I
people.
don't know why I shared that with y'all. I don't know.
Because you needed to. Because we
yeah,
hide stuff in
because you
secret.
needed
You
to.
can't
Yeah,
always do it by yourself. Scream for help. Say, I need help, and ain't nothing wrong with it. You needed to
You can
share it. You know
call
why?
me and yell.
Because you overcome by the words of your testimony. Every time you release it, it aggravates whatever adversary you have in your life because it's like, dang, I thought she wasn't going to tell nobody. Because we don't tell people, it beats you up, right? When you
Mhm.
release it, now everybody going to be checking on you. Miss Need, you all right? Miss Need, how you doing? I'm
Right.
be all
now
the
you're
Miss
gonna be
Right.
Londa.
begging.
I'm
Hey, you
okay.
heard from Miss Need? It's accountability. It's accountability.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I love you too,
Rhonda.
Rhonda. And thank you.
Oh, okay. You saw it. Okay.
Yeah.
oh man,
Okay.
yeah, we love you too, and you
I
better,
love y'all
you
too.
better. I'm too old to be fighting, but don't make me come out there and fight. Okay, all
I'm
right.
not. I'm not.
You can call me. You
I
can
already
call
know
me and
you
yell at me, Miss Sneed. I
yes.
told you not to yell at me before, but I'll take it if you want to
I
call
know.
me
I
that,
can
baby. I'll
yell
take
at you now. Okay.
it.
So don't
Yeah,
be
you can
mad at
yell
me,
at
Miss
me.
Londa. Okay.
I,
And
all right. Oh my
Miss
God.
Anderson, can you leave your number in my inbox or something?
I will.
Please.
Hey, Miss Sneed,
Yes.
do you
I
have a
want to.
show?
Oh, okay.
Huh?
Do you have a show?
A who?
A
A,
show.
a
A show?
podcast. A show.
Uh-uh.
Hmm.
Would you
I
would
just
you
be on
You
here with
should
Miss
start it.
Londa.
would you have one? Would you be into having one?
What, to tell my story type stuff?
I mean, it could be to
I,
tell your story, but it could also be to be able to speak to people who also have similar stories. You know what I'm saying? To where it could work out. It could be like a million other people out here who feel and think the same way, and it might not just be on what you was on this morning, or it may be the same thing. But at the end of the day, you might have it might be an outlet to where you can actually talk to people who want to hear. And I'm not saying that we don't want to hear. I'm just saying in general for you and for a
Mhm.
release. You know what I'm saying? It could be something that you do for yourself that's even more creative.
But
Because
don't
now
you
you're
need a lot
being
of stuff to do a broadcast?
no, it
No, but
don't.
I
All
can
I
show
got is
you and
this.
help you.
It
I
don't
can
take
help
nothing
you with
but
everything that you
a
may
good
need.
internet connection and a profile. That's all you need.
Well, I got a good
Really,
internet
honestly.
connection.
And a
You see what
Yeah.
computer.
I'm saying?
Sorry.
The chapter that you trying to unwrite is already being written right here. See that? See what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Hey man, you can. Hey,
See what
look,
I'm
Miss Nita,
saying?
you remind me of my auntie. I just lost her like 3 years ago, maybe 2.5 years. You remind me so much of her, like looks, skin complexion, all that. You remind me so much of her, like, and that was my road dog. And I ain't gonna get too much deep into it, but you you can hit me up like whenever, and if you want to do a podcast, I will help you. Like you ain't gotta worry about no money, no nothing, man. I will help you get at least started. Like you might have to go with the promotion and all that other stuff, but I will help you start it easily. Like I will show you.
Well, I got you and Miss Londa, so y'all tens to all y'all. So yeah,
Yeah.
I sure will
Okay.
reach out to y'all. I sure will, boom.
I
Thank
got
you
you.
for
Just let
that.
me know.
Okay,
Y'all
I
trying to make
appreciate
us
y'all.
So
emotional tonight. Miss
I
Londa,
know.
you have to stop this. I'm not having this now.
Right.
You'll be able to
well,
release
this,
so much. I'm telling you, man. You'll be able to release. Like
yeah, and then people will probably call in and ask you for advice, and you know what I'm saying?
how did you
That
get
that
over
that could
this? How did you
really
get over
turn
that?
out to be a big thing.
Okay.
Now you can look at
Yeah,
all your scars
Mhm.
and turn them into accomplishments.
Yes.
and
Okay.
Yes.
helping other people, being a voice for other people.
Yep.
It's always a good thing.
It's
I
You
love
always
guys,
y'all.
this was a
Love y'all
we
too.
love you too. I love all y'all. This was a good show. Latisha, thank you so much for your kind words of wisdom, inspiration.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We have to have you back again. Thank you,
yeah.
all of you guys who shared. Thank you who shared your comments in the comments,
Mhm.
viewers. Thank you for all tuning in. You all have a good night. Thank you.
Don't forget to inbox me your number.
Good
Okay.
night, y'all.
I'm gonna end back to the Miss Londa because I don't know if I'm your friend on
Okay.
Facebook. Okay.
Okay. All right. See
All
y'all.
right.
See you,
See
Tanza.
Bye, Miss Sneak.
Bye bye.